morning to all. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mystery, the fundamental emotion, which is a cradle at the heart of the true art and true science. With these words, I welcome you all to the Virtual Career Counseling Conclave 2021. In this tough time of pandemic, when there's panic and confusion about the well-being of all, and there are big question marks about the future, science comes to rescue the entire humanity while giving us hope for the better days. Department of Science, St. Xavier's College, Jaipur, under the guidance and encouragement from our management, brings you a wonderful opportunity to clear out your confusion, doubts, and worries at the single window. No tree will flourish without its roots. No skyscraper will reach the peak without strong foundation. Such a persona we have among us, whose guidance and zeal for apex pushes us to a new height. Our principal, Reverend Father Dr. A. Rex Angelo, whose new age vision makes ideas and dreams into reality. He has immense qualification cradled under his kitty. He has done PhD in English literature, MPhil in English literature, MBA, and so much more. He is fluent in communication in multiple languages. We are grateful and lucky to be under the guidance of such personality. Now, get ready for a journey of knowledge gain and science awareness. Without further ado, I call Ma'am Dr. Aparna Dikshit, HOD, Department of Science, St. Xavier's College, to initiate this conclave. Over to you, ma'am. Ma'am Aparna.
Yeah, thank you, Isha ma'am. Very good morning, everyone. The Department of Science is one of the first departments of St. Xavier's College, Jaipur, and has a strong lineage to science in the education of in the state of Rajasthan. Our department believes in imparting quality education to the students along with the holistic learning of young minds. Being educators and mentors, we believe in lending our hands during the crisis to the students. And even the inception of this conclave is to reach out the students who are looking forward for the future prospects and to get the expert advice in the various career avenues in vast domains. Students who have this scientific aptitude or bent of mind, and they have that passion to be in the science domain, they hardly know that what are the career aspects or avenues in the sciences. They just know the narrow range of either NEET or engineering, but there's much, much more than this. We all have witnessed that during this pandemic, how scientific research investigation helped us in the sustenance of life. So let's explore together that what we have in store for you. You will be surprised and will feel proud being a member of science fraternity. So let's dig deep into the ocean of sciences and find out, explore the hidden treasures in the science world. So let's take the session forward. Over to you, Isha ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Men love to wonder, and that is the seed of science. Most of you will be burning queries about what are the various options one can pursue, why BSc, and so on. So to quench your thirst, our expert will be taking up on common doubts and worries for you. Ma'am Dr. Karuna, would you please throw some light on various course options which we have here? Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am Isha. Warm greetings to all the participants and BSc aspirants. Here at St. Xavier's College, Jaipur, we offer BSc Pass Course program affiliated to University of Rajasthan, Jaipur. Under this, there are 4 compulsory and 3 optional papers. Compulsory subjects are Hindi, English, EVS, and elementary computers, which are required to qualify during the course. For the students inclined towards biology, botany, and zoology will be 2 optional subjects. For another stream, students select physics and mathematics. To cover new horizon in BSc, we are introducing economics as one of the choice with chemistry. So from this session, students from both the stream have choice to select chemistry or economics as their third core paper. Each subject is divided into 3 theory and 1 practical paper, except economics, which has 2 theory papers. To keep in mind about future career aspects and present technological era, we are also working to run for some add-on courses from this academic session. I hope you all will be clarified about the course option of the stream. In case of any doubt, you can post your query in chat box. Thank you, Ma'am Isha.
Thank you, ma'am, Dr. Karna. That was indeed helpful. Now, some of you might be wondering what makes one eligible for taking admission in science. Who can opt for BSc Science? For this, I will request ma'am Dr. Neelu Sharma to specify the eligibility criteria. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am Isha. Good morning, all. Dear aspirants, you must have understood by now about the course options for eligibility for admission to BSc program. I will let you know the eligibility criteria. The student who has passed his 12th under the scheme of 10+2 with 4 subjects of science is eligible for admission to BSc program. And the core subjects are physics, chemistry, maths, biology. Then the student who has secured 50% in aggregate is also eligible for admission to BSc program. And thirdly, the student who is passed with the senior secondary agriculture subject is also eligible for the admission to BSc program. I hope you have understood about the eligibility criteria. Still, in case you have any query or any doubt, you may register on the college website for one-to-one counseling. Dear aspirants, we have limited seats allotted by the University of Rajasthan. So we prefer good score and first come first basis admissions. Thank you so much. I hand over to Isha ma'am again.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope the experience inside of ma'am Dr. Neelu Sharma would put some of your rules at ease. Young mind always ponder over what to choose and why to choose when so many streams are available. Ma'am Dr. Aparna, please elaborate to us why BSc and what makes it so beneficial to its people and who should go for it. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Isha ma'am. Here comes the most interesting question of mine, that who should take a BSc? Usually, it is stated that students who are always into the books, reading, they should take up the science. But this is all a myth. Let me show you how that this is a myth, and let's explore something that what are the traits you should have to be a part of science fraternity. First of all, if any individual who is a little creative and have curious minds, they should be the member of science fraternity, and they can be, because it's about like questionable aptitude, and anyone who has you can say finding out the logic about behind all the fundamentals, they can be also a member of clear science group. Innovators, if anyone who has a scientific bent of mind and want to invent something new, want to discover something remarkably new, they should be the member of science group. Contributors, we all feel that what society has done for us, we always blame the society, but hardly there is only a few people or handful of people who believe that we should contribute in the society rather than asking from the society back. So if you have that belief that we should contribute in the growth of the universe, the growth of the society, you can be the member of science fraternity. Then has the zeal to explore the world. That means anyone who has the zeal to explore the world, because that can
It's my humble request to the participants, please close off their mic. It's my humble request for any participant, please close their mics. Thank you. Ma'am, you can please continue.
So sorry for this. I think please kindly mute yourself. Okay, let's continue. Anyone who has the zeal to explore the world, because science gives you opportunity to find out the hidden truths in the science. So any individual who has this kind of intentions, or you can say inquisitive brains, they can be the member of science group. Now coming to the change makers. There is a blame game. Everybody pinpoints on somebody else that they should bring the change. But hardly few people, they think that we can be the change makers, we should bring the change. So anyone who has this you can say temperament, or who believes to be the leaders of the society, they can be the part of the science group. Now, anyone who wants to be in the civil services, who want to serve the society, who wants to govern the system like IAS, IPS, or any other UPSC services, they can also be a member of science group. Now, I think the next one which I will be talking about, you all relate with this, that whoever in their childhood pulled apart all the parts of their toys to dig deep into the mechanics of the system, they should be the part of science group. Because you know what? That clearly indicates that his or her passion is to learn the intricacies of the system. So anyone who has this kind of temperament, finding out the logics behind the fundamentals, have this inquisitive brains, they all should be the promising members of the science group. Now, anyone who wants to travel across the world, because when you are a part of science fraternity, you get the opportunity to be in the top-notch universities, for example, Harvard, Oxford, Cambridge, and there are a lot many leading institutes across the globe. So if you're a traveler, you should be part of the science group. Now, there is like this is pretty cool that if you're working for the organization, you are you are under some employer. But if you have this temperament that I should be me, like I should be my own boss, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to go for a startup, you should also take up this science group. Because for example, like here I want to quote Kiran Majumdar, founder of Biocon. She's well-known name, so we don't need to even take up another example to quote the success of the entrepreneurs. Then anyone who wants to avail the opportunities, starting from Nobel Prize to the space scientists like ISRO, DRDO, they can also be the part of science group. Now, anyone who wants to explore the world of forensics, means like anyone who has, or any individual who has this bent of mind that I should be a part of crime investigation team, because this charms all the youngsters that how this DNA fingerprinting works, how to find out the evidences from the strand of even single hair. So if you have this kind of temperament, you should be a member of science group. Last but not the least, if you really want to serve the nation all decked up in that star-studded uniform, you want to be in the defense services, whether it's a CDS or territorial army, you should take up the science. So this somehow explains that you can step in all the domains. Every domain you can be a part of it. So there's not even a single domain left out for the science people. All the active minds should be the members of science group. Hope this solves out somewhere that query that who should take up the BSc. Thank you, Isha ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, many of us aspire to become government official or aim to crack various competitions. Different prestigious government posts, competition, and entrance exam requires one to have acute knowledge and education of science. What are the different competitions, exams, government opening, and how science help ones to cross these bars? That would be taken by Ma'am Dr. Sonali. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ma'am Isha. Good morning, one and all present for the session. This is the most confusing and the curious doubt for the students. After 12th, when they are preparing for any competitive exam, students get confused that they should prepare with BSc or should drop out the year. ND, JEE and NEET exams are very important for the science students. Every student wants to crack these exams and many of them drop out for the preparation. But the reality is lost time is never found. Ma'am, please change the slide. You know very well that scenario of education have been changed due to the pandemic and it bound us to stay at our home for our safety. Remember, something is much better than nothing. So don't miss your precious and valuable time. Get enrolled yourself in degree courses like BSc to give value to your time. We will make consideration in your attendance if you are engaged in some parallel coaching for preparation any other exam. We assure you that we are here to guide you, to help you for your competitive exams too. Thank you, ma'am Isha.
Thank you, ma'am Sonali. I hope that will give you boost up for your competitive spirit. Now, future is all, future is ultimate, and future is present goal. Enlightenment doesn't end at the BSc. There is a vast ocean of knowledge left to be explored. I invite Ma'am Dr. Aparna Dikshit to lead us through the future vision for us science people. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Isha ma'am. Here comes the most important question of the science, of the session. We always think that students who have science as their graduation degree, they can only go for academician or they can be just a researcher or a scientist. But there's much, much more than that. Let me explain you how. We know that MSc, we all know that we can pursue after completing our graduation. But even you can go for integrated MSc, MTech from IIT and other institutes. That means you can be a part of the elite group of IITians if you have completed your graduation in science. You can also be like in MSc in forensic sciences. After if you have completed your MSc in zoology, you can go for integrated PhD. Now here I want to pinpoint something very exclusive, that broaden up your horizon. Choose the degree that prepares yourself for the emerging era, for the evolving era. The coming time is for the artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics, and bioinformatics. So let's join that group, which is where you will get the ample, you can say, avenues for your future prospects or for your placements. So career in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data analytics are the most promising and evolving eras. So once you're done with your graduation in science, you can be a part of this group. Computational biology, that also you can take up. MC also you can take up if you're a science graduate. That is something very awesome. Now, if you're having that managerial skills, you want to be in that board of directors, you can go for MBA biotechnology. There are many institutes who provide this MBA in biotechnology. Now, there is like usually a few years back we used to say that this is biology science, this is physics science, exclusive. Now we are coming up with the merger acquisitions. So even you can take a career in biophysics and biochemistry. That means something kind of, you can say, blended learning. We are coming up with the emerging era. Now, career in 5G evolving areas. You must be wondering, now what is this? This is the 5th generation technology that will take up the entire world in the coming 3-4 years. So if you want to avail those opportunities, you should complete your graduation in sciences. Now, career in IPR. Intellectual property rights. If you are interested in copyrights, trademark, you should be a member of science graduation, and then only you can pursue that intellectual property rights, copyrights, trademarks, and there are many interesting domains which are popping up in this particular IPR domain. Now, if you were an aspirant of medical and somehow you couldn't go through it or you couldn't get through it, you can still be part of that medico group if you have that inclination or you have that still a prick in your heart that I want to be in that group of medicos or I want to go to a hospital. You can still take up after your graduation doing your like MBA in hospital management. That also you can avail. Ma'am, next slide, please. Thank you so much. Okay, after BSc, you can go for defense services, that is combined defense services. Research and scientists, we all know. Academicians, we all know. Civil services, I already discussed that if you're a science graduate, you can be a civil servant, you can be an IAS, IPS, IFS, and many more. You can be an entrepreneur also. You can start up your own stuff if you are a science graduate. I've already quoted a well-known example of Kiran Majumdar. You can even take a career in statistics. Why is it so? Because we have an exclusive paper of statistics in biology and even mathematics also. You can be a statistician if you complete your graduation in sciences. Now, what is this patent examiner? If you have just completed your graduation in sciences or if you have science background, you can opt for this patent examiner because for filing of the research documents, we need patent examiner. So this is a very, less competitive zone right now, but if you have that awareness that you can avail this opportunity, just go and hit it hard. Then space scientist, if you have that passion to explore the space, that outer world, you should take up science as your graduation, as a degree or direction of your life. Then next is like, if you have the passion to be a part of glamour world, if you have that kind of tinge in your temperament, you should take up science as your graduation degree, because just after completing your graduation degree, you can opt for MSc in fashion technology. There are a lot many people who don't know about it, that we can even go for MSc in fashion technology after completing a graduation in science. You can be an economist, because we are offering, along with your BSc, we are offering economics also. So you can be an economist also if you have economics in your graduation degree. Now, let me show you that what are the entrance exams, or what those exams are which we can hit at after just completing our BSc. So let me start up with IIT JAM. If you just complete your graduation in science, you can write this IIT JAM exam. That is an MSc entrance exam for IITs, NITs, ISCR, and CFTIs. Then even you can write TFR, that is for Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Mumbai. Then even you can write for NEST, that is 5-year integrated MSc program entrance test for University of Mumbai, NICR. That is commendable, that hardly people know about it. So next is like GRE. Even you can opt for GRE after completing your graduation in sciences. Even you can write GEST also, that is an MSc entrance exam for National Research Institutes. You can go for JNU-EE also, that is for JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University specifically. Even you can opt for MTech also after writing your GATE examination. Okay, ma'am, next slide, please. Thank you so much. Now even we can write ICAR AIETA, that is PG entrance exam for ICAR. So once you complete your graduation, even you are eligible for this also. I've already discussed that GATE also you can write. Even you can be a part of bioinformatics. If you have that, you can say, temperament of playing on the supercomputers, you should take up bioinformatics as your degree course, so that you can avail all the opportunities in drug designing world. If you have done your science graduation in sciences, you can opt for Indian Statistical Institute also. You can write INAT, that is Test Research Scholarship towards a PhD at either IUCA or NCRA TFR. So I think we all just know that only academicians, or we can be just the researchers, or we can just write NEET, where there are many domains that you can explore, and not even a single domain where you can't even step in. So these are the future prospects, these are the career avenues you can avail being a science graduate. Hope this sorts out the query, but still if you have any query, you can share your question in the chat box, so that we can take up it afterwards at the end of the session. Thank you, Isha ma'am. You can take over the session.
Thank you, ma'am. Indeed, that was eye-opening for most of us. Now you must be wondering what it's like to be Xavierites. How life rolls for science student here in Xavier's College. No one is better to let you know about academic experience than one of our own, Miss Pallavi. I call her to share her views. Over to you, Pallavi.
Good morning, ma'am, and good morning, everyone. The contemporary times demand people with all-round development, and this holistic growth is provided at Xavier. We were provided with well-established laboratories, library, and well-qualified faculty members, along with various events in the field of sports, art, drama, music, etc. Along with this, we conducted various events, went on an educational tour, and attended an international webinar. All this helped us develop the soft skills like leadership, self-confidence, and time management. And I think this helps in facing the real-life challenges. And all this is provided daily. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Pallavi. Our department, under the mentorship of Vice Principal, Reverend Father Dr. Sherry George, not only facilitates learning science in the classroom, but we practice it as a way of living. Apart from management, Reverend Dr. Father Sherry George is one of the solid pillars of our department, mathematics being his forte, and avid magician of numbers. Department of Science, St. Xavier's College, Jaipur, has a legacy of excellence. We target 360 degree of grooming and growth of our student here. I request respected Father to please share our department glimpse to the student. Over to you, Father.
Good morning, all of you. Thank you, Isha ma'am, for introducing me to the August gathering. First of all, I would like to say how St. Xavier's College has come into existence into the city of Jaipur. Many of you may not be aware that St. Xavier's College Jaipur is founded by a Jesuit organization. Is it audible to all of you?
Yes, Father, you are audible. You can go ahead.
Okay. So the St. Xavier's College, established by Jesuit missionary organization who have a legacy of around 550 years in education. And in India, we have the well-known colleges like St. Joseph's Trichy, Loyola Madras, Chennai, and other Calcutta Xaviers, Bombay Xaviers. We have well-known colleges in India as well. And one of our alumnus is none other than Abdul Kalam, who studied science in one of our colleges in Trichy. Why I point out this one is mainly because studying science can even make you the president of the nation. Why it is? Because the all-round development, just now Pallavi, one of our alumni, was speaking about it. One of our alumnus, Pallavi, was speaking about it, that in St. Xavier's College, you get the all-round development. Hello?
Yes, Father. You can
Some
go
technical
ahead.
glitches, sorry for that. I think someone was muted. So to be precise about it, we have, first of all, we concentrate more on
Father, you can carry on.
somebody is disturbing in between. Sorry for that. So to be precise about it, we focus on all-round development, but a special stress is given to the academic curriculum. And together with academic curriculum, we have the extracurricular activities, and also some sports activities that are taking place in our institution to make everyone a leader, a winner for tomorrow. Specifically coming to the Department of Science, we have full-fledged labs. Lab for each. Physics, we have a lab. Chemistry, we have a lab. You can see on the slide the children walking in the lab. The zoology has another lab, botany, and together with that, we have a computer lab. The first year students will be having ECA, that is elementary computer applications. So we have a computer lab. So we have full-fledged facility. Together with that, we have high-speed internet data that will be available to all the students as well. Coming to the next point, we have a particular club under the Department of Science. It's known as Xavier's Scientific Eye, XIC. Under this club, various curricular activities are organized, various publications are done. This time we will be publishing Xavier's Science Eye, XIC Times magazine, or later on we will be converting that into a journal. And many of you students will be part of the editorial board so that you can improve your writing skills, organization skills, and various other scientific temper within you. And your inquisitive mind will be developed being part of this club. And there also you will have various workshops, seminars, excursions, everything will be covered or done under this umbrella called XSI Club, Sci Club. The third point that I want to specifically mention is how students achieve a lot. They are not just a bookworm, they are all-round people. They show their talents in everywhere, whether it is coming to taking leadership roles in student council, or performing well in sports activities, or being part of various clubs and councils. We have a huge number of clubs in our institution. There are a lot of activities that are taking place, cultural, sports, curricular, seminars. So all of you, there are many students who have, you can see some of the photos that being students, science students are being awarded by the management and others. We have also various workshops, as I have just mentioned, under the club. We have workshops on latest technology, and we will be providing certificates in collaboration with the various other firms outside. So we will conduct workshops, the recent technologies like artificial intelligence and others. So we will also have placements and internship programs for the science students this year. We will be asking various scientific organizations, various companies to come to our campus and recruit our students. And also we will be sending our students for various internship programs. One of our motto as Jesuit missionary educationist is to learn while you study. Learn by experience, doing by learning, learning by doing. So we give preference for students to have experiential learning. So we will give enough and more opportunities for students to have this first-hand experience in various areas of their curricular activities. We also organize certain educational tours to various places. I remember last year, previous year, we went for the factory run by Himalaya, the famous company that used the natural resources to make medicines. So we had gone in Missouri there, and various other places we have gone. One of the slides is that we are standing in front of one of the factories where we went for an educational tour. And there are also debates that are organized so that the scientific temper of the students can be communicated properly. And on the relevant and the recent topics, we have debates, and students are well equipped, and they know what is happening in and around the world, and they become a full-fledged human being. Also, we conduct some open sessions in some of the classes. That means it is out of the syllabus. We don't teach every day what is there in the syllabus. 1 or 2 days in a week, we allot for students to have open sessions where they can easily come up with any type of questions from any quarter of life, whether it is science or others. So teachers, the well-experienced teachers, will be giving you answers for your open questions. We have some other things that we follow. Excursions, of course, it is a pleasure trip for that students. They are always studying will make students very bored. So we have the pleasure trips, excursions that we conduct. We coordinate with the firms outside. Also, we have conferences, international conference. Recently, we completed calling well-known speakers from outside and conducted on relevant topics, the webinars, conferences, talk shows. These are some of the activities. And along with that, to make you a full-fledged human being, we have various cultural activities that is part of the entire college, like Zest, one of the famous cultural intercollegiate program, for which the science students also full-fledgedly participate in that, and they contribute their might by doing the little scientific works that they can do, maybe a kind of decoration, lighting, all those they are able to do. And we have a very good campus, very good vast campus with lots of sports facilities like grounds, facilities like various other. You can come and visit our campus. We have plenty of sports facilities, and some of our students, they go even for the state level games. So I cordially, behalf of the management and behalf of the Department of Science I cordially invite all of you to join our college. Thank you. Over to Isha ma'am.
Thank you, Father Sherry. Nobody connects better than a friend who see the world as you see, who feel the emotion as you feel it. We have Jyoti from our BSc who will share her experience and treasure moment with you all. Over to you, Jyoti.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible. You are clear.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. As a student, I'm glad to be part of Xavier's. I, like every other student, wanted to have a college where I can perform well in my academics, but also my extracurriculars. The most incredible thing about Xavier's is that it not only says it focuses on holistic growth of students, but it does. I have been able to practically understand the concept of science. The faculty here not only teaches us about the subjects, but also about other opportunity waiting for us in the future, as you have already seen in this session. We have been able to visit places like trips to zoological parks and attend international webinars, even in current pandemic. Not only that, there have been so many sessions, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. But the campus life. This was about academics, but there's not only this. The ideal college life I imagined has been really come true because of Xavier's. There have been so many clubs you can join. Even if your subjects are different, you can join clubs from any interest areas. It seems just like the liberal arts. In the end, it's been great since I joined this institution, and every student must experience life in Xavier's. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Jyoti. We don't stop at excellence. We go beyond that. At St. Xavier's College, we crave for eternity and ultimate knowledge. Our aim is not only to prepare our students for present time, but also alert and acquaint them with the unknown yet to come. Potential breakthrough in science and technology. Our future plan holds that much and so much more for you. Over to Dr. Aparna ma'am for unveiling of our future plans. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Isha ma'am. Department of Science believes in creating leaders for tomorrow. We are committed to provide you the best of academics along with the skills you need to win the world. We all know that you should be well prepared to step in the world of high neck edgy competition. That's the reason we are coming up with some certified courses in this coming session, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics, and bioinformatics will be part of your curriculum, so that you get acquainted to the techniques, softwares, and everything you need before stepping in the world of scientific research and investigation. The certifications courses will also provide you to have an hands-on experience on the different softwares. You will have offline sessions, you will have exposures with the teams who really work on supercomputers, who draft all those kind of manuscripts and research papers and all that stuff. So you will have all the exposure to, you can say, have the 360-degree personality grooming of yours. We also coming up and planning, and already we are working on it, that to bring some kind of amazing research projects for our Department of Science. We are also, almost we are done with that, from this year onwards, we will be coming up with the newsletter from Xi, because Father already introduced that we have a Xavier Scientific Eye Club. So we will be coming up with the quarterly newsletter, that is Xi Times, so that students should know that how to draft the manuscripts, how to write the research papers, so that once you step out, you should know the drafting, you should know the manuscripts, you should know how to even give the overview on the current topics that are basically prevailing in the world. That is the intention behind starting up with this newsletter. Then, to make you understand that what are the national and international working organizations, how they work, how basically they strategize their entire course curriculum, and what areas you need to step in and to explore your persona, and even the scientific domain also, we are coming up with the national and international exchange programs for this upcoming session. Now, the next thing is that science is much about, or you can say science is about learning. Science is fun, science is passion, science is obsession, science is fun. But basically, we all feel that science people are very kind of nerd, but that is not at all true. So that's the reason for this coming year, we have planned for the department fest. That will be a 3-day affair where you will be attending talk shows, webinars, group discussions, experts, interaction. And in the later evening, we will all have that fun, frolic, celebrating movements. So we are coming with the entire package for this coming session. Now, even we are also planning for the internships and placement from this session so that you can have that, you can say, work experience to how to get into the work system, how to work in the teams, how to, you can say, even explore the hidden persona of yours. That is the intention. So we are coming up with a very concrete plan to make you acquainted with the scientific domains, and along with that, to how to win the world. That is the concrete plan we already had made for this session. So whosoever will be the part of Department of Science for the St. Xavier's College, Jaipur, they're going to explore the world of sciences. So this is we have for you for the coming session. Over to you, Isha, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I think that will bring up your spirit for the next years to come. Opportunities never knock twice on the same door. One who opens to it first will get it. With limited seats and phase first admission round already over, I would humbly request Reverend Father Dr. Sherry Josh to clarify the rules for provisional admission, fee structure, and many more to our prospective student. Over to you, Father.
Thank you, Ishama. Good morning to all of you again. We have a total of 60 seats as of now. We are affiliated to the the University of Rajasthan. We have 60 seats, and therefore the seats are limited. As Ma'am Needu Ma'am said earlier, it should be, we will be taking all those who are coming first. Others we will not be taking. So it is better that you apply first and get your seats secured. So we have only 60 seats. It's limited, and therefore you are supposed to promptly do your. Then coming to the fee structure, this year particularly because all of us are very much burdened by the fact of coronavirus attacking the entire world, and we are not insensitive to the issues of the parents, and therefore we have reduced the fees to a certain level. We have the fees in the first year, each student is paying only 50,000 for the entire year as the college fees. That includes the admission fees, lab fees, the other fees like your the development fees, etc. So entire thing you will need to pay just the 50,000 rupees per piece, and that also we are providing you 6 installments of a maximum. If you go to the fee portal, you will get 4 installments. That means you will be paying very less money in an installment. And if you are not able to pay, we are ready to give you 6 installments also. That will go up to the end of the academic year. Then in the second year, you may have to pay only 45,000, and third year again, it is 45,000 as the entire fee. That is very much less compared to the other departments, other courses that we are offering in our listing. This also is kept in view of increasing the scientific temper in the city. These days, some people, though they want to have science, they cannot afford to study science. So keeping that in mind, we have said we will give a reduction in the fees and ask many more students to study science and do well, and our city should be able to come up with many more science students and those who are having the scientific temper. Coming to the admission process, again this year we are affected because of the COVID. Because of the COVID, we are affected, and therefore the 12th standard exams are not being conducted so far. So what we are doing now, we are asking students to fill up the forms based on your 10th board exams. And as soon as we get your application forms registered on our portal, we will put up a list where your merit list will be shown. And according to the merit list of the 10th standard results, we will be admitting you. Again, it is those who are done well, they will get first admitted. If you are not done so well, later on, if there are seats left, you will be admitted. So surely the admission is a provisional admission. It is not a sure admission because we don't know what is your result going to be of the 12th standard. And we give you time till you clear the 12th standard exams because the eligibility criteria for BSc is the 12th standard results. Therefore, if you get your 12th standard results and you come with a certificate, we will make your admission not provisional, it should be a sure admission. So that is why this year the admissions are provisional admission, and along with that you will be taking an undertaking telling I will pass the examination by all means, and as soon as you give your certificate to us, we will admit you as a regular student. And the other aspects, somebody put a question in the chat box, what about the hostel facilities? See, we have plenty of students coming from outside the city, even outside the state, or even we are expecting students, international students, the foreign students we are expecting. So we thought that we should give a hostel facility to students collaborated, or we have done a tie-up with an outside agency, and they are ready to give with very good, very understanding amount. It is not much, and they are also ready to give us various varieties of hostel rooms. There is single AC rooms which cost around 2 lakhs per year. There are shared AC rooms, shared single AC rooms. There also there are rooms which are shared and not shared, single rooms and shared rooms. There are also facilities for dormitories. Some students, some parents will not be able to afford to have AC rooms, that also single rooms. So we have the dormitory system, which will be much cheaper for afford the other types. And this hostel facility is given within 7 kilometers of our campus. So within a radius of 7 kilometers, these hostel facilities are available. And also there will be transport facility given by this agency from the hostel to the college. Every day there will be transport facility, and their lunch will be provided in the college campus itself. That means they don't have to go back for lunch. They can have their lunch within the campus in the canteen itself. They can have the lunch. The food is given by the same agency. So that facility will be available from this year. And also we are continuing with the hostel facility that we had in our campus itself. But that will be specifically given to the economically weaker sections of people. So those who are economically weaker and those they think that they cannot afford even the dormitory system that we are offering outside. So they will be able to stay within the campus where we have converted a few classrooms into living rooms for the hostel students. And for the girls, we have a separate system. Boys, we have a separate system. And the girls are taken care by the religious nuns, sisters, who are staying with the girls in that campus. So there is no problem of security. There is no problem of any other worry for the parents. And the boys will be well taken care by fathers themselves. The fathers will be staying with them and taking care of them in the hostel. Coming to the transport facility for other students, those who are not in the hostel, we are running buses from the important points of the city to our campus at Nevada. So there will be buses flying up and down from various places to our campus, especially from our old campus, Hathaway Fort. There will be minimum 2 or 3 buses. The students can come over there and then they can take the buses and come to the campus straight. And after the college hours, we will be reaching by the transport facility to the college and the various important places where there is a cluster of students, a good number of students. If there are 25 students in a locality, we will be running a bus exclusively for them If more than 25, we will be needing bigger buses. We will be sending bigger buses for those areas. Of course, for the first years, it will be chargeable. The prices are not very high. It will be affordable for you because according to the need of the hour, we have kept, again, we have tied up with another agency for this one, and they are very friendly. They are very much worried. They are very much careful about the safety and security of students, and therefore parents can be completely free of worry. So these are some of the queries that have come up. So thank you, Ishama. If they have any queries, they can put on the chat box and we'll answer you later. Thank you.
Isha ma'am, kindly unmute yourself.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Father, for your precious insight. For those of you who have any queries regarding BSc subjects and admission, any matter related, can post their question in the chat box. We are going for the open session now. Participants can post their queries on the chat box. The first of the question, Father, I think you have already been answered during your briefing, was the hostel facility. So the hostel facility doubt were clear to all of them. We have good hostel facilities in St. Xavier's College and affordable in different categories. Apart from that, if anybody wants to ask any question, you can basically post your question in the chat box. I think somebody has raised the hand. Okay, we have one of the questions. Okay. The question is, what is the minimum percentage required in class 10 for the provisional admission? Over to you, Father. Father, would you please clarify what is the minimum percentage required in class 10 for provisional admission?
As of now, since it is a provisional admission, we are going for a 50%. A minimum of 50% is required to apply for BSc courses. Of course, we believe and we hope that you will come out in flying colors. Of course, COVID may help you for that. So therefore, 50% is good enough for you to apply for BSc courses. And later on, your 12th class results will determine about your admissions. I hope I have answered.
Thank you, Father. I would request Dr. Aparna to answer this simple query. Is there any scope for a space scientist along with the combination with the physics, chemistry, bio, or along combination with physics, chemistry, or computer screen? So for the space scientist, what are the combination we should go for?
You should go for like physics, chemistry, and mathematics. If you have that interest for being in there in ISRO or DRDO or being a space scientist, you need to have mathematical, physical sciences in your graduation. That is a must. Eligibility criteria for being there in the space research.
Are there any domains of space science which basically deals with the life sciences? Are there any domains? The question is being put up. The life scientists can go for the astronomy or astrophysics?
Yeah, for that, you need to go for some exhaustive courses after completing your graduation. And there are some institutes who provide that along with the graduation. But right now, in Rajasthan University, we don't have that options. But yeah, in like Pune University, in even your VIT also, and there are other institutes also who provide that aviation and kind of courses that can help you out to be in the space research along with the life sciences.
Okay, thank you. Father, again, I think there was been briefed about, but again, this query is coming that what about transportation facility and hostel facility for the student? So can you give a very brief briefing to those students who missed out
Yes,
that part?
yes, ma'am. I think already I had talked about the transportation facility and hostel facility. We do have transportation facility. Of course, we are not running, but we are tying up with an external agency. The people will be in our campus. They will run buses from the various main points of the city to our campus, and they will reach you back to those points also. And hostel facility again within 7 kilometers of radius. We have hostel facility outside the campus, and again we have tied up with somebody outside, external person, and that person will be having an MOU with us, and he will be sitting in our counters and facilitating the students who need to have hostel facility. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. I hope that would clear out some of the doubt and curiosity which you have about the available facilities in our college. Now, the next question is, are there any personality development session? Over to you, ma'am, Dr. Aparna.
Yes, like we already discussed that we usually go for group discussions, we go for debates, declamations, talk shows, and even like we organize mock interview sessions also for the students of St. Xavier's College, Jaipur, in like his entire college also, and even like exclusively for the Department of Science, like specifically for ISC Bangalore and other like TFR, for even NBRC that is in Manesar, you need to have that personality to take up the interviews in a go. So for that, we take up sessions, mock sessions for the students to help them out in the like gesture, the personality flaunting that we take up exclusively for the Department of Science also, and for the entire college also. We take up the personality grooming sessions. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope that some of you were getting your answers from the ma'am. And any queries regarding about the course option, any queries regarding about the eligibility criteria, you can spring up those queries right now. So I hope the open session has cleared. Okay, we have one more question. And that is regarding the future entrepreneur. I think the framing of the question is being asking that the social, legal, political, and economical environment of business. So they are basically asking that if we are having any interdisciplinary combination which are fruitful for the future entrepreneur in terms of science. Over to Dr. Karuna, ma'am. Karuna ma'am, would you please elaborate if there are any combination which will be fruitful for the future entrepreneur of our college?
During this present session, academic session, we are working with physics, chemistry, mathematics, and chemistry, botany, zoology, along with economics courses. Right now, we are not working with those courses. We are working with some add-on courses that will be beneficial for your future aspects.
Thank you, ma'am.
Even I want to add on something in this, that we are planning to call up some entrepreneurs for the talk shows and for the sessions, so the students could get an idea that how they can take up startups, how they can go for internships and placements, how they can design the entire strategy to come up with their own ideation. That is already in the process. So possibly by end of the year, we will be, because right now we are suffering because of pandemic and all, we have to follow the guidelines. So by end of the session, we will be having interactive sessions with world famous entrepreneurs, and we are looking forward for such kind of placements and such kind of, you can say, talk shows with the experts.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I want to also add little something to you. When you go for the startup and entrepreneur, the government also, promotes the kind of new research ideas. So if you're good in the science, if you're good in the research ethics, and you can basically invent something new technology, you can go ahead as a successful entrepreneur. I think some of the breakthroughs are basically through the science only. Thank you, ma'am. Lastly, I would ask for Reverend Father Dr. Sherry to please clarify the status of the college on the scholarships. What are the provisions for the scholarship for the good students?
Yes, ma'am.
70%, 80% attendance finding there.
Kindly mute yourself. Participants, kindly mute yourself, please.
Okay. Shall I?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
Okay. We have two types of scholarship that we are offering to the students of our college. And the first type is on a compassionate ground, the economically weaker sections of students. Those parents who cannot afford their fees, afford the fees of the students, we give a scholarship that is a reduction of the fees. So as they pay the first installment, they are supposed to apply for that scholarship, and the management, according to the need and according to the capacity of the parent to pay the fees, we give certain reduction to the students, and that is basically on compassionate ground. And the second is on meritorious students. The meritorious students are also eligible to get scholarships. Each department we have allocated according to the number of students. For example, science students, those who are standing first among those who have taken admission. Of course, this will be based on your 12th mark, 12th standard results. Those who are standing first, there will be a reduction of 70% of their tuition fee, the college fees. And those who are standing second, they will have a 60% of reduction in their tuition fee. So this is purely on academic basis, not based on the need. So there are two things are there. One is on compassionate ground for those who cannot afford fees. The others, those who are doing very well in academics based on their, even in the second year we give based on the previous year's examination results. Third years also we give based on their university results in the previous year. Therefore, if you do well, there is an opportunity for you to get scholarship in terms of fee reduction. That is what we are offering at present in our college. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. I hope the open session has cleared some of your doubt. Due to time constraint, we are closing the open session now. But for any queries, any doubt, you can reach out our website or mail to us at the details on the display. Feedback form is already posted in the chat box. Make sure to fill that form. Regarding e-certificate, they will be awarded at the valedictory or closing ceremony to the participants. Now I request Ma'am Dr. Aparna Dikshit to please close this session by her concluding remarks. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Isha ma'am. I just want to conclude this session by stating few lines that broaden up your horizon, prepare yourself for the emerging era, tap on that spark within you and be a change maker. Don't set your limits and just stretch your wings and fly high. I hope that this session gave you food of thought. And if you have any query, you can always contact us. The details are there on the website. I wish you all the best. And let's step together in this world, or you can say exploration of world of science. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much, all the participants, for having patience learning. Over to you, Isha. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. It is a humble request for all the participants to open their video cameras for the group photographs. Please open your video cameras. It will be a group photograph.
Hello everyone, I am Pratik Singh Rathod, member of St. Xavier College Alumni Group, Jaipur. You know, science is not just a subject, it is a way of living. And this is what I have learned being a member of science department. Through various activities and workshops, it has helped me in achieving a holistic growth by boosting my problem solving and scientific aptitude. It has also helped me in developing leadership skill and self-confidence. For this, I would like to show my gratitude toward the entire team and faculty members of science department. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. That will be the end of our session. Hope you all have a good time. Take care and have a nice day. Please note that upcoming session would be English session.
Ma'am, you can continue with the video. We'll
Yes,
be
ma'am.
here till the end of the video. Yeah.
Alumni of St. Xavier's College, Jaipur. It was after I joined the science department, my stereotypical notions of restricting science to its various subjects were broken, as I learned that science requires an interdisciplinary approach. This learning helped me not only secure 88.6% in university examinations, but also various medals in co-curricular activities. For this, I would like to thank the dedicated faculty members of the science department. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Now we can wrap up our session. Thank you, Isha ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Father.
ma'am.
Thank you, all the participants. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.